Something is buried 648 meters under the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's bigger than anything humans have ever built in modern history. And according to the latest scans, it is 38,000 years old. That's 33,000 years before the pyramids were supposed to exist at all. Scientists have no explanation. Governments have no comment whatsoever. But the scans don't lie. Something is down there. Something massive and real. Who built it? How did they build it? And where did they go after? Today, we follow the evidence, and the evidence is deeply disturbing to consider. This is What If, and today we ask, what if they never really left us? Stay with us, because what comes next will completely change your perspective forever. Let's start with what we actually know. The facts first. The Great Pyramid of Giza weighs 6.5 million tons and stands 146 meters tall. It was built, according to mainstream science, around 2560 BC exactly. For 4,500 years, it has stood as the most mysterious structure on Earth always. But in March 2025, everything we thought we knew was suddenly challenged hard. A team of Italian researchers pointed their SAR scanner at the Khafre pyramid. SAR stands for Synthetic Aperture Radar. It sees through solid rock completely, the same technology used by NASA to map the surface of other planets in space. What they found at 648 meters below the surface stopped everyone completely cold, massive cylindrical structures, giant spiral staircases, enormous underground chambers so large they could fit an entire modern sports stadium easily inside. The entire complex stretches over 1.5 kilometers in every direction underground. This is not a natural formation. The geometry is too precise and too perfect. Nature does not create perfect cylinders 600 meters below solid ground ever. The research team immediately contacted Egyptian authorities with their findings. Egypt's response was swift and deeply suspicious to many researchers worldwide. They denied the team had permission to conduct any scans at the Giza site, despite the fact that SAR scanning is done entirely from the surface above safely. No drilling, no digging, no physical contact with the pyramid at all whatsoever. Yet the findings were immediately dismissed as unscientific by local authorities. Dr. Zahi Hawass, Egypt's most famous archaeologist, called it all fake news. But the data had already been made public, and scientists worldwide were watching. 3 independent research groups began analyzing the released scan data carefully. All 3 reached the same conclusion. The structures are real and artificial made. But here's where the story gets truly extraordinary and deeply unsettling for everyone. The carbon dating of materials in the scan suggests an age of 38,000 years old. 38,000 years ago, Homo sapiens had just learned to make basic stone tools only. They lived in small nomadic tribes. They had no writing, no cities, nothing at all. And yet, something built a massive underground complex in that exact same era. Something that, by every measure of engineering, should simply not exist at all. So now, we have to ask the question everyone is afraid to ask out loud today. If primitive humans didn't build this, then who or what actually did build it? There are only 3 possible explanations that fit the available evidence today, and each one is more mind-blowing than the last one we'll explore together. Option 1. A human civilization far more advanced than us existed long before. Option 2. A non-human intelligence built this complex for unknown purposes entirely. Option 3. Our entire timeline of human history is fundamentally and completely wrong. Let's explore each one carefully. Starting with the most scientifically supported option, the theory of a lost pre-flood civilization and the evidence for it worldwide. This theory has more supporting evidence than most people realize actually exists. Welcome to part 2, the evidence for a lost pre-flood civilization worldwide. Here's a fact that most history books completely ignore, intentionally or not. Every single ancient culture on Earth has a great flood story in its mythology. The Bible, the Sumerian texts, the Hindu Vedas, the Mayan Popol Vuh, all of them. That is not coincidence. That is a global collective memory of one real event. Geologists confirm around 11,600 years ago, massive flooding hit Earth globally. Sea levels rose 120 meters worldwide in an incredibly short geological period. Entire coastlines, where civilizations would most likely have settled, vanished forever. If an advanced civilization existed before this flood, all surface evidence is gone. except for whatever was buried deep enough underground to survive the catastrophe. Now, let's look at what we know about the builders. Based on the scans alone, the cylindrical structures are perfectly round to within millimeter precision only. Modern engineering struggles to achieve this level of precision even right now today. The spiral staircases descend in a mathematically perfect Fibonacci sequence always. The same mathematical pattern found in Nautilus shells and galaxy formations alike. Whoever built this had a deep understanding of mathematics and natural universal law. They also understood engineering principles we only rediscovered in the 20th century. Now, where else in the world do we see evidence of this same lost civilization? Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, built 12,000 years ago, predates all known civilization. Stone pillars 20 feet tall carved with perfect animals by supposed primitive humans. The Yonaguni Monument in Japan, massive carved structures found deep underwater. Discovered in 1987, they show signs of being above water at least 10,000 years ago. Underwater ruins off the coast of Cuba, massive stone city 700 meters below sea level. Discovered in 2001 by sonar, never fully investigated to this day in 2026. Nan Madol in Micronesia, a city built on 92 artificial islands in the open ocean. The stones used weigh up to 50 tons each. No one knows how they were transported here. Every single one of these sites points to the same conclusion when mapped together. A global civilization existed before the flood. The pyramids are just one node, but now comes the question that has haunted researchers for many decades of study. If the civilization was so advanced, what happened to them? Where did they go? The answer may lie in something that happened 12,900 years ago high above the sky. Scientists call it the Younger Dryas Impact, a catastrophic comet strike event. Evidence found in 50 locations worldwide, including the Sahara and the Americas. The impact caused massive fires, flooding, and a 1,200-year-long winter on Earth. An entire civilization wiped out completely in a matter of weeks from initial impact. The survivors, if any existed, would have been scattered, primitive, and traumatized. The knowledge of their great civilization passed into myth and legend over a long time. Atlantis, Eden, the Golden Age. Every culture remembers, but none remember clearly. And the underground complex beneath the pyramids may be their greatest final legacy, built to survive exactly what they knew was coming, a massive global catastrophe. Welcome to part 3. What's actually down there, and who might be hiding it? Let's talk about the 3 main theories for what this underground complex actually is. Theory 1, it's a massive archive, a library built to survive any global catastrophe. Think of it as a hard drive, storing all the knowledge of an entire lost civilization. Every science, every history, every technology, preserved for whoever comes after them. This theory is supported by the Hall of Records, mentioned in ancient Egyptian texts. The Hall of Records was said to contain all knowledge of the gods, the original builders. Edgar Cayce, the famous American psychic, predicted it would be found under Sphinx. Scans of the Sphinx in 1996 revealed a large cavity directly beneath its right paw. Egyptian authorities immediately shut down all further investigation at that entire site. Theory 2. It's not an archive, it's a power source, an ancient energy system itself. The Great Pyramid sits directly above a massive underground water network system. Flowing water beneath creates piezoelectric energy, electricity generated from pressure. Some researchers believe the pyramid was designed specifically to harvest this energy. The underground complex at 648 meters may actually be the power generation core itself. If true, this civilization had wireless energy transmission 38,000 years before us, something Nikola Tesla tried and failed to achieve just 120 short years ago. Theory 3, and this is the one that terrifies researchers the absolute most of all. The complex is not abandoned. Whatever built it may still be down there right now. Heat signatures detected in the scan suggest ongoing activity at 648 meters depth. Something is generating heat down there. Machines, geothermal activity, or something else. In 2024, a team attempted to drill toward the detected structures from the side carefully. At exactly 200 meters, all equipment stopped working simultaneously with no reason. Electromagnetic pulse detected, source completely unknown, at exact moment of shutdown. The drill team reported compass malfunction, nausea, and intense psychological distress. The project was immediately shut down by Egyptian authorities the very next morning. No official explanation was ever given. No data from that drill has been released. Now, here is perhaps the most disturbing pattern we need to examine today carefully. Every time researchers get close to answers about the pyramids, access gets blocked. 1993 Orion Correlation Theory published. Access to Giza immediately restricted hard. 1996 Sphinx cavity discovered by sonar scan. Site immediately sealed off by Egypt. 2022 First SAR scan reveals underground structures. Project funding cut overnight. 2025 Khafre project reveals 648-meter complex. Team loses all access and credentials. This is not bad luck. This is not coincidence. This is a clear pattern of suppression. Something underneath Giza is important enough to be protected at the very highest levels. Which brings us to the most important what-if question of this entire episode today. What if the people in power already know exactly what is down there right now? What if the underground complex has already been secretly accessed in complete secrecy? What if the technology found inside has already changed our world without us knowing? These are not conspiracy theories. These are logical questions based on documented facts. And the documented facts say something extraordinary is buried right beneath our feet. Now, let's talk about what this means for our entire understanding of human history. If this civilization existed, everything in our history books is fundamentally incomplete. We are not the first advanced civilization on this planet. We may only be the second. Or possibly, we are simply rebuilding from the ashes of something far greater before. Every invention we're proud of, they may have already had it thousands of years ago, and they still didn't survive, which means we need to ask ourselves something difficult. If a civilization with incredible technology couldn't survive, what chance do we have? That question deserves its own full episode, and we will cover it very soon for you. For now, leave your thoughts below. Do you believe something is down there right now? That's the power of what if. It forces us to question everything we think we know. Next time you look at a photo of the pyramids, remember what's underneath them. 648 meters of questions, 38,000 years of silence. And we are just starting to listen. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button to help spread this story. Subscribe and ring the bell. We go deeper every single week on this channel for you. Next week, what if the Sphinx is actually 12,000 years old? The water erosion evidence. The evidence will shock you even more than today's episode already shocked you deeply. We also have a full episode on the younger, driest impact event coming very soon. Until then, keep questioning. Keep digging. The truth is down there somewhere waiting. This is What If, and we'll see you in the next one. The rabbit hole goes much deeper.